just passing by.
So, I guess.
Cuatro.
It would only speak to he.
Surprise.
You said you came here to collect a debt.
Hey, darling.
Who wants to get in first, huh?
Nos encontramos en el H10 Andalucía Plaza, el hotel de Marbella, donde va a ser uno de los escenarios del Marbella Film Festival 2015. Nos encontramos con Mr. Chakaveh, director de la organización de este festival. En un principio, ¿cuándo van a hacer las fechas y qué edición se convierte en este año?
First of all, we are welcoming you here today.
Thank
with
you.
Us at Costa del Sol TV. And first of all, question we want to find out when is going to start this marvelous film festival? The days and the month, exactly in hours.
Yes, it is 7th of October until the 11th. So we start at 4 o'clock on 7th of October, which is a Wednesday, and it will go through all the way till Sunday evening, and then we have a big party on Sunday night.
Los lugares de exhibición de los filmes y la apertura y clausura serán en distintos lugares de Marbella.
The opening and the finish line, I could say, of the film festival is going to be in different places in Marbella, or it's going to be in one place?
No, we are screening in Teatro Goya in Portobenús, which is recently refurbished. It's a wonderful venue, so we are very pleased to have their association this year. So the films are all going to be screened in one place, and Hotel Andalucia Plaza in Portobenús is what we call the home of the festival. So most of the filmmakers are staying here, and here we have a variety of different programs which include networking every morning. We have lots of interesting seminars and workshops throughout the day, and there are obviously a number of parties and events which goes through the week as well.
Hasta el momento, ¿cuántas películas participan en concurso?
At this moment, how many films are competition are?
Top of my head, I think it's about 45 films.
De todo el mundo.
From all over the world?
Yes, they are from all over the world. We have films from Spain, obviously, lots of films from United Kingdom, quite a lot of films from USA, Germany, Italy, Israel, Japan, Sweden, India, I'm sure I'm missing some, Panama, so it is definitely a worldwide event. We have films coming from everywhere.
Dos preguntas. ¿Por qué usted ha apostado por el cine independiente y por qué se ha elegido Marbella?
First question, why you focus on the independent movies, filmmakers?
Y
Then the
Marbella.
second question is, and why here in Marbella you spotted?
Okay. It's an interesting question. Why is it that we're dealing with independent filmmakers? Because the industry is changing. In early 20th century, when you had studios controlling the film industry, you had to relate to that, you had to have the equipment, the set, and everything else which went with it. Nowadays, the technology is so vast that filmmaking is so much easier. So subsequently, the influence and the sort of point of view is going to be far more attractive to find the right content. And to provide the right content, you need to have the right talent. So that talent is only going to come from an independent films. It's not going to come in from studios, because studios are rapidly making things which they think makes money. They haven't got that feel of gambling things and getting new ideas in there. And the people who come to independent film festivals or independent filmmakers are the ones who are the next generation of the if you like, Hollywood film people. So our interest is to look after that talent, to try and help them out, to support them in whatever way we can, so they can actually make a commercial success of their work. The second question, why Marbella? And the answer is why not? I think Marbella is presumably the absolute best location that you can think of. It has many, many interests. One of them is that you have a combination of different cultures and different nationalities who live here, which is perfect for an international event, because we can have different cultures from different parts of the world, and they all have a presence here. So if you're showing a film from Italy and if you're showing a film from India, they're both here. We have people who actually relate to that, so they can actually come and support the films. Secondly, it's a glamorous location, it's a glamorous setting, and it is very good for the independent filmmakers to actually have the chance to enjoy the luxuries that they don't seem to get in other bigger festivals that offer luxury, if you like. So Marbella to me is the right venue for it.
¿Existen muchos festivales de este tipo a nivel mundial?
Do you think, or you believe, or we can say or talk about, is there many other places that do the same festival for independent movies? There's more.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there are thousands of film festivals. It's sort of, and there are obviously different ideologies behind each one of them. Certainly, the big film festivals are very much geared up to the commercial world, and they're very much geared up into, if you like, studio related. The independent film festivals are growing quite rapidly, so they are very much focused on each different routes. Our idea is really that we are aiming to be what the Sundance did as a American film festival, to be the equivalent of it in Europe, and that's our objective. So that's our goal. We want to be in the position as an independent film festival which is dealing with younger filmmakers and get there, hopefully.
¿Cuesta mucho comercializar este tipo de filmes?
Do you believe it's very hard to commercialize this type of film? It's hard. It's very hard to commercialize.
Well, obviously the artists are artists. They tend to think of things artistically, and then there is the commerciality of it. To my mind, nothing's more satisfactory than being able to earn money out of something you like doing. It is just the case that if we can help to make this transition more easy, if we can help to make this transition for the independent filmmakers, to give them pointers, give them ways that you can actually become more commercialized, it will help everybody. And this is what we've been doing throughout the years. We used to we have been doing what was known as 24-hour film challenge. This year we haven't done it purely because we've been very busy with the 10th anniversary of the festival, but this meant that we could pull in lots of new talent together and just throw them in there and say, go and make a movie, but try and work together. And by doing this, it meant they actually had to go along and find ways to create things which is going to be possible to produce. But on the other hand, they still had to represent it in a fashion that it could be a finished product and it could be put on a shelf and it could be sold. So this is our objectives. It is hard. I don't think for 1 minute that it's easy. Raising finances is always a problem in film industry, no matter what. But you got to be savvy. It's a business, and you got to look at it as a business.
Una de las características de este festival es que quizás no hay tantas superestrellas, sino mucho networking, mucho trabajo.
I believe it's the characteristics of this type of film. They're not famous artists.
Mm-hmm.
It's a networking. Like each one, they go and help each other. That's what it actually is. Why is the reason that famous people don't go for a little bit to help that filmmaking? I think that some of them they do. Don't they?
I mean, the Sundance is Robert Redford. I mean, so that is the case. It is the nature of the beast, because it's a very tough world. I mean, if you're an actor, you work very, very hard, and it's not easy to actually make a living. So you got to put all your heart and mind in it. And of course, once you do manage to get over the hard times, and it's not then going to be a case of saying, okay, now I'm going to leave everything and start going back there. It's a human nature. But yes, there are certainly few filmmakers and few actors who like to come back and say, yeah, okay, we started from there and we came out. I remember watching an old movie a while back on television, and Harrison Ford was serving drinks at the back. You can hardly see him. It was so far away, and you sort of look and think, my God, I mean, if he could only believe at that day that he could be Harrison Ford today. But that is the nature of the beast, and for everyone who makes it, there's presumably hundreds who won't. So we just got to accept the fact.
Yo supongo que cuando se repite el festival cada año es que los que participan se van contentos.
We suppose that you're doing this is the second edition, right? This is second and third. 10th edition. Well, that's a lot. And every time it's better and better and better. So I suppose people are liking it, people are growing into it, right?
Yes, it's very interesting, because first of all, we're finding that it is becoming well established. So we have people coming back. For instance, this year we have filmmakers who've been here 3 times. And the one who's been here 3 times is actually coming from States. We got filmmakers from UK who've sort of been here 3 or 4 times. So it's a wonderful atmosphere. I mean, I'm not sort of blowing up my own trumpet, but they all come here, they have a wonderful time as a networking event, and they get to know each other, and then they go back home and communicate with each other. So it gets better, there is no doubt about it, and as it goes on, it becomes something of its own. I don't really think there are many festivals which fit in with that. And it's not easy to run a festival. We don't get any funding from anywhere. So subsequently, to be able to deliver it to that slick arrangement takes a lot of work, and we owe that to all of our volunteers who work very hard with us, our sponsors who do what they can to help and support us. At the end of the day, it is reasonably unique festival, because you have that element of Marbella glamour tied in with that element of the artistic and independence, which doesn't usually fit in. You usually see the independent filmmakers meeting up in the little pubs and having a drink or having coffee or whatever. So it's good.
A la cuestión, ¿qué diríamos a la comunidad anglófona para venir a ver las películas?
What you would say right now, I suppose you said, like to say, to make the people to come and enjoy more this type of independent film.
Okay, I mean, absolutely. It is an opportunity that you don't get in many other places. The fact is, the type of the films that you see in the festival, you do not get anywhere else. They are not your commercial Mission Impossible type films. They're the films which has a lot of heart and soul in it. And they come in from all kinds of different subject matters. So you could have a documentary about one issue, and you could be seeing a short about something else. But it is fantastic to watch. If you're a movie lover, this is the thing to do, to come over there and see the films. At the same time, you can meet up the filmmakers, and you can talk to them, and you can say, what was it like to actually create this? And you come and enjoy it. That's all I can say.
Pues gracias a Mr. Chakaveh por haber traído a la Costa del Sol este festival y que sea un éxito este año.
Thank you very much for bringing here in Marbella, the film festival, and we wish you very, very lucky.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you.